Yes, people, welcome back to another video, another show. John Sinclair TV back again, and it's Tuesday evening, and Maisy, as usual, on my show on the Tuesday on that Saturday day, and it hasn't changed one iota. How's Maisy today?
I'm fine, thank you, John. How are you?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Just glad to be getting this working sort of thing, which I think is good. I had internet problems, and basically what it is just probably engineering most of the work, and I'll think to myself, am I going to get this online working? I don't know, but look, I'm here. I'm never going to let Maisy down, and I'm here. So it is all good on the hood. So I'm just going to go through this comment as well. We're going to talk about transfers supposed to be linked with as well, and we will get that sorted out as well. Good evening to everyone. Now good evening to you, mate, and everyone in the cut as well. And big up to the night and the gambling as well. Big up to Bar Guy for the scoop. We'll come to it in a bit. Big up to Mason, by the way, a great guy. And okay, and evening to Tom Lynch. And big up to Roy. Big up to Niall again. And we're going to cut down the shorts as well. And you got Tony the Red in the cut as well. He's your favourite, isn't he?
He knows it.
He knows it. Big up to Mark as usual, mate. Hope you both okay. And the deal is insane. It's got Tuchinemi. He's off to Real Madrid. And Liverpool lost out on him as well. And yeah, just gonna go for it as well. Chip starting tomorrow noon. Tonight I have no idea. So it's got to let us know on that.
The lineup doesn't get announced for another 10-15 minutes, so we won't know until then.
Cool. We'll find out who's going to be. Let's hope Trippier does play in that game. Big up to Steve Statman. Hope you okay, my guy, and hope you're having a good day. Big up to Goats. Big up to Gordy. Hope you're absolutely fine, mate. And we're both fine as well. And love the way he's doing me. New more partial bit of a gammon. Nice and neat gaming. Neat gammon, what you call it. And questions both for you as well. Also being linked to fullback Nafiel Molina.
All I know he plays for Serie A. I don't know anything much about him, so I can't really comment on players I don't know.
No, he plays for Udinese, by the way. But there you go. So, guys, who like the video, like what you see, then please, exactly what you do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit the donation button if you think I'm worth a donation. And if you'd like to become a member, then just click on the link as well, which is in the description as well. Just click on that. And by the way, thank you very much for David Ferguson as well, being an extended member as well. So he's got an upgrade. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much indeed. Still 99p, by the way. He's just been there for a long time. So big up to you. Right, we're going to talk about transfers Nate's been linked with, like we did on Sunday on your show. Right, well, we've been linked to like Dean Henderson, Ekitike, and ASM's been linked to Tottenham, but Tottenham's comment and said that it's not a priority. And basically, they're going to start with Dean Henderson. Now, according to a few reports, and they are saying now that he's not going to be linked. So some say he's going to be signing, some say he's going to be linked. I mean, what's the latest with Dean Henderson at your end?
I haven't heard much from Dean Henderson, but from what I have heard is that Newcastle does not want to pursue Dean Henderson from reports. They've got no intention to pursuing the summer transfer window, despite being heavily linked with him, because it obviously was claimed that Newcastle had agreed on personal terms. But from what I'm hearing, this is all just paper talk, and it's just about what's going to happen in terms of Dean Henderson. We know in terms of him, that is more of a goalkeeper, which Ten Hag does prefer, so perhaps maybe he might stay at Old Trafford for another season. But knowing, of course, what's going on in terms of the World Cup, I can't see that going to happen. So from what I'm hearing, it's been a load of crap, basically, that he's been linked to Newcastle.
Yeah, I saw Paul's tweets today, and he's absolutely so right. I mean, my motto is now, I'm going to say it right now, that I will not believe that I will sign it. I'll not believe anything until that player is signed with a scarf above his head and a shirt on as well. I'm going to say that right now, because at the end of the day, right, Newcastle United name is being linked every single day, right? And people are just kind of falling for it every single time, yeah? And let's be real, I mean, they probably think, oh, cool, get him, yeah. But one thing I'm going to say about the club as well, I think they should tell us as well and say, look, we're not after this player, we're not after that player, let it go, yeah. And that is that sort of thing. I don't know how it works at United, your club as well, transfers as well. I mean, do they come out and tell you and say, look, we're not after him with United in that club? Because I don't see to do it now.
No, not really, to be fairly honest. I don't think any club really does that now to say, oh, I'm interested in such a player or I'm interested in such a player. So I think it's just at the moment you've got to take everything with a pinch of salt, especially knowing that everyone gets linked to United. So every time people say, oh, this person's linked to United, this person's linked to United, I just take it as a pinch of salt just because of you just can't believe anything anymore. I've already seen so many rumours, Mason Mount being one, Kante being one. I love Mason Mount, by the way, at United, but other like Inacho as well from Sporting. You gain all these kind of players linked at Manchester United, whereas there's strong links of Frankie de Jong and them kind of rumours, unless there has been talk with Fabrizio. I literally couldn't even take it with a pinch of salt anymore. I gotta take it all with a pinch of salt. It is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's what Newcastle has to do, especially knowing now you're one of the richest clubs in the world. You've got to think, right, a lot of people are going to be linked because you can afford a lot of players. So everyone is going to be linked, especially knowing there's a project here at Newcastle. And the best thing for Newcastle as a fan base is to take the same approach as how I do, is to take everything with a pinch of salt until you're seeing rumours with Fabrizio. But I have only heard about one transfer with Fabrizio, and that's the kid that we were speaking about from Liga. It's from Liga?
Yeah. Liga. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. See what you mean. But Ekitike, it's Ekitike, isn't it? Or someone else, isn't it?
Ekitike, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to come on to it later on as well. But I've got some bit of breaking news as well. You might have known it about hours or so ago that Isaac Hayden has joined Norwich City on a season-long loan. I mean, he's been brilliant for us, like under Rafa Benitez, yeah. And he works so hard. He's a worker, and he's the first time on the team under Rafa Benitez. And listen, at the end of the day, we just need better players in midfield. No disrespect to Isaac, but at the end of the day, we need someone's going to make a difference. And I just felt Isaac needs to be aware and get some first team football. And Norwich City is a fantastic platform for him to do it. And maybe he can get him out of the Championship next season. So, as Hayden, big up to you. I wish him every success in the future. You never know. He might get signed on permanent in January if he does well. Who knows? And also, according to reports as well, Alex Cook has mentioned this, that Dwight Gale could be off to Middlesbrough as a potential destination. So he could be the next to be disciplining Newcastle United. I'll be real with you. I think it's about time, because he's not ever going to be in the first team for Newcastle United ever again. And again, if he does decide to move on, then I wish the kid every success. He's 32. He needs first team football. So that's the players going out, and possibly we could be following Isaac Hayden as well. So tell us your thoughts on that one, people. I've got some more comments flying through as well. Mark said, John, mate, Botman did an interview with Dutch TV, asked him about Milan, and he smiled and looked like, I'm right. I was right all the way. From day one, right all the way. I said he put £100 in the food bank if he decides to come to Newcastle. And there you go. People call us and say, oh, John, get lost. You don't know what you're tackling about. Have faith. No, I call it is and say how it is. I'd say he ain't going to come. One, it's Champions League. People, Maisy, right, saying that, oh, we got the money, we got the project, we're the richest club in the world sort of thing. Yeah. That's not all about that. It's all about ambition. It's all about playing in the Champions League.
Mm-hmm. I think with some players, some big players, you can sell the project to them. You really can. And I think Trippier was an example of that. You can sell the project to the right players, but there is always going to be players who are going to want to go to other projects, because I'm sure AC Milan, knowing that they've got new owners coming in, they're going to want a new project to become the... they already are, in my opinion, but the greatest team in Serie A, and to build something up there to be so powerful, so dominant for many, many years. I think that's what they're going to be wanting to be like the current Manchester City of Serie A. And they're going to want big success in the Champions League, big success in cup competitions, domestically, league, Champions League. So I think they'll want to do everything. And I think that's something what probably has appealed to Botman, to think I'm going to be part of this legacy, a part of this history where I could potentially win everything with these new owners.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, AC Milan are a huge club. And then people say that, oh, it's a shite league, this and that, and t'other. I bet you half the people have not even been to Italy watching Serie A games like I have been doing, right? And then it's going to go to Serie A because people say, oh, it was off for the money, because he would have earned a lot less money at Milan than he would be at Newcastle. If he came for the money, he would choose Newcastle. He's an ambitious guy. And I wish him all the best if he decides to go to Milan. But I've always said he's going to go off to Milan. And it's not confirmed yet, but I've got a funny feeling now. I think we all know, people, that he's going to go off to Milan. So I'll call it right again. I said ourselves going to win the league. They won the league. Simple as that. Nice of the league game in saying that Carl's often conscious of Bell and Ramsey. I'm not so sure about that, to be fair. And Maisy also said one thing here, then. Like I said, I wish him all the best, but he needs to be moved on. Thoughts on Mo Salah has come out and said he was checked to Liverpool scan request. I didn't know anything about that at all whatsoever. But
yeah, I've heard about it. He was supposed to have played with an injury coming into the Champions League final, and he rejected the scan. I think it was just so he could play in the Champions League. And he was still playing with an injury for Egypt. And in my opinion, I think it's poor management. Because you should always put your players' health first. If you can, these physios at Liverpool, if they can see he's not right with whatever's wrong with him, I don't have a clue what it is, then you need to check him out. You need to give them scans. And that is something what cost Marcus Rashford with his long-term injury, and they don't want the exact same to happen to Salah, who is already in his prime right now. So I think to be honest, it's quite poor management because without Mo Salah, I'm not saying they would have done, but they had the qualities to still win the Champions League.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got 1 year left on his contract, hasn't he? And he's not going to sign a new one as of yet because he may want a different challenge. You just never know. But can you imagine Mo Salah walking on the free? Can you imagine that?
It's just this criminal,
isn't
Paul
it?
Pogba going on a free and Lewandowski going on a free. That's how criminal it is.
It is. That is not good at all whatsoever. So Liverpool need to make a decision ASAP. Botman decided Champions League now or the project. We need to give him a deadline for the 10th. I would love to have him, but we can't mess around with this one. I see your problem, Brian. I see where you're coming from, mate. But at the end of the day, the transfer window is not even open yet until Friday, number one. And secondly, right, there's still time. Let's hope that we got to trust these new ownership, the transfer dealings. But one thing I'm going to say, just because we're the richest club in the world, we are not going to get mugged off. Like with Moussa Diaby as well. Bayern Leverkusen quotas at £80 million, right? English money. Guess what? We walked away from the deal. And I think Leverkusen needs to be reasonable here because at the end of the day, the game was break, right? And I think he needs to rewards in leaving the Premier League. But he's an ambitious guy. I mean, again, do you think, right, Maisy, I'm asking a few people as well, do you think we're going for players that are too ambitious, or we're going too elitist, or do you think you need to be realistic? And let's be real, yeah?
If you want me to be honest, there isn't players who are currently linked with Newcastle who I would personally say, come on, Newcastle, like what you're playing at. I know the Mbappe one was a bit stupid, but it wasn't. There hasn't been something was over ambitious. I think they are realistic signings, but if you have got other teams who are also doing the same as Newcastle, doing projects, it's about which project is going to appeal to them. And as a football club, you need to appeal to your project. So, say for example, with Botman, he's got AC Milan and News. You need to appeal to him why that the Newcastle project is a lot better than the AC Milan project. And like Tuca Mena, he had Liverpool and Real Madrid. Real Madrid obviously got him, but it was about for them because Real Madrid has got this project to have a young team. When Caruso, Modric leaves, Casemiro, they've already got the midfield set now for when they retire. And with Liverpool, they're just about rebuilding the team again, and they're going to start to do that because the players are over the age of 30. So it's about, are you wanting to start this new rebuild under Klopp, or are you wanting to become the next big midfield after Modric, Caruso, and Casemiro? That's the kind of projects what each team are going to bring, and they're going to have all different projects, and it's about what's best for that player and what appeals for them more.
Absolutely, totally agree there. I mean, the thing is, I mean, like AC Milan has won the Serie A, they won Champions League, they won trophies in their history. They're a huge, prestigious club. Real Madrid, we know they're a prestigious club. PSG, prestigious club, yeah. They're not in the Champions League yet, though, but not quite prestigious. Bayern Munich as well, yeah. And it is what it is. So Newcastle may have to tough it out for a couple of seasons, yeah, buy realistic players, yeah, and then try and get into Europe. When you get into European football, whatever source it's going to be, then we're going to have to try a game for these players, things often European football, which I think is great. But Champions League, it's going to be tough for us now at the minute. It's going to take us about 5 or 6 years to get Champions League. And I've seen our fan base saying it's going to be 3 years, but we're talking about 5 or 6 years, by the way, for Newcastle United. But we'll just see. And how many
agree with that, John. And some people were asking about the England lineup. I've got the England lineup announced now if you want me to give it to the viewers. So here's the starting 11 lineup. I'm presuming it's a 4-2-3-1. Jordan Pickford in goal, Kyle Walker, Kieran Trippier, Declan Rice, John Stones, Harry Maguire, Saka, Harry Kane, Sterling, and Mason Mount. So Trippier is making his start, as I presumed he would. I don't think he'll be playing on the right, though. I think he'll be playing on the left. I think Calvin Phillips will move back into the midfield. Mason Mount's going to be playing as the attacking midfield, Saka on the right, and then Sterling on the left, Harry Kane up front. I think that's how it'll be.
Fantastic. Maisy's give us the England formation and the team lineup. Thank you very much indeed for that. But 4-2-3-1 is going to be, I think, by the sounds of it, and that's not a bad team to pick. Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips in the whole midfield, fantastic.
He's my favourite. You know that I highly rate Calvin Phillips. I think a lot of people who know me knows how much I rate this guy, and there's not a lot of players who I rate so highly, and he is one of the players where I have rated now for about 4 years. I rated him before the season before Leeds got promoted to the Premier League. That's how long I've rated him for. That's how long I've wanted him at Man United. I know he wouldn't come, but he'd easily walk into our midfield. He really, really would. That's how good he is.
Brilliant. He's class. He's absolutely class. I like the midfield there. Excuse Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips. Absolutely fantastic. Now it's all about what's the Calvin Ramsey for, I believe, about 4 million quid. And so I'm assuming I jump in as well. I don't know a lot about Calvin Ramsey, by the way, but I know he's highly rated, but I just never ever watched the guy play. But if he's that good, now we have to trust you, by the way. And he's a fullback, and we'll see how he does or he's a talented lad. Big up to Reedy, by the way. Hope you're okay. Someone's asked us about how many seasons does De Gea having him left by Gaff. It's going to be another.
Expires in summer next year, so it expires in 2023. By the sounds of it, Man United was looking at extending before Ten Hag was announced as a new manager. But I don't know if that's going to be the case, to be honest. And I think if, for example, he does decide to extend, I think he needs a pay cut, because 375 grand a week is scandalous for a goalkeeper, highest paid goalkeeper. And the thing is, if Ten Hag decides I don't want De Gea, I want to sell him off in January, how are we going to sell him just off the wages alone without how much he costs, knowing that he's on a 6-month left? So I think that was a very wrong move from Man United, but I hope that wage situation does end up changing.
Absolutely. I mean, Absolutely agree there, but that's a lot of money. It's obscene. 375k a week for, yes, he's a quality keeper, but 375k a week. That just goes to show that's the Premier League. It's just paying out too much money for these players. But there you go. That's how it is. And David Marshall for now retirement from Scottish national football. I think he's been a great servant as well. I think he's been decent on this day, but but he hasn't played in the Premier League enough. That is the thing, and he deserves to be there as well. Lewandowski was linked to Arsenal by the Sun. Do not believe what the Sun say. And Real Madrid has signed Rudiger, and also signed
Tuchemeni as well.
Tuchemeni, that's the one. Yeah, they bought him as well. Great signings for Madrid, by the way. They want to be serious as well. And thoughts on Chelsea's woman Eriksson has been named in the Swedish squad.
Yeah, good news. I don't know. I'm not that bothered about Chelsea women, to be fairly honest. Good for her that she has been called up, but I think everyone's got basically a provisional squad. So everyone's got a provisional squad. So at the moment, I don't think it's 100% confirmed that she is definitely in that starting for Sweden, and Sweden do have one of the best teams in Europe in terms of women's football. So I think it's going to be a tough one for Sweden if who they do decide to bring through, because a lot of talents are coming through now. Germany, Norway, they're rising up, and Sweden need to be extremely careful because they've still got the likes of Blackstenius from Arsenal. I know Static in the chat will probably know a lot about her, but she's brilliant, a proper natural goal scorer. And the thing is, you can't heavily rely on just the one or two players, because when you look at the other teams now, they're building something special. So Sweden need to be very careful.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to start watching more football, Lass's football next season. I'm going to have to, but that's Sam Kerr, man. I think she is class.
She's outstanding. She's absolutely outstanding. Best player in the league by an absolute mile. And you know what? If Frank Kirby never got injured, Sam Kerr would have had a lot more goals. That's how good she is. She's got an extremely good partnership with Frank Kirby, but she had like an injury what took her out for a while. She had heart problems, breathing problems. She's back now, but I think Chelsea need to be extremely careful with her.
Absolutely. I think she's probably good enough to play for Barcelona. She is that good. And can you imagine they came in for there's no Chelsea can do about this. Now Chelsea can do. Simple as that. This one for now as well about Tompkins and McCarver both on new one-year deals with Palace. I think they've been great service for the club and well deserved. And also as well, Didi said, you're right, John. They were at St. James's Park until they wear the shirt and the scarf. Effing speculation, totally agree. Big up to Russ Morgan as well, also fan, evening to you. There's an obligation to buy the loan deal. That's in JV. JV, please hit the subscribe button, mate. If you can do that, that'd be fantastic. Thank you so much indeed. And yeah, we're going to definitely talk to Ekitike. I'm going to read out the comments as well first. Going straight on to Ekitike. What do you think? Who do you think Newcastle let go? Or the Deadwood, Steve? Players like Dwight Gale, players like Kieran Clark, Macrio, Fernandez as well. I'm sorry, Kieran Clark I mentioned. Matt Ritchie, you can go as well. And like the Dwight Gale, yeah, I'll get rid of him. We need to make room for some quality players coming in through the roommate. Thoughts on that's been announced by 3 hours ago. And there's 7 England fans arrested in Munich, and that is shocking. They need to behave themselves, Chelsea fans. Shocking, that, isn't it? I tell you what, look, I just throw in a flipping keys. Let's be real. And let's have a look at this one as well. I'm going to come to Ekitike, and yes, and it's going to be smashing. Like John, you know what Tony's saying. Blame Klopp for picking Mo. It should be no salad, by the way. And watch your videos on Steve Bruce. I'm going to dig in Newcastle on a few occasions, and the Muppets on TalkSport, Sam at Face, and Gary Bongo for their comments. Yeah, I've done that last night. I didn't get 1,000 views. I'm disappointed in that, by the way. And it's going to be a trend going on for the sort of benefits of the parties. Yes, it's been mentioned, Tony. Big up to Jan. Looks like Casarino's back on the rear. Casarino. Cassie meant the Belgian lad, Yannick Glasgow. That's the one, Glasgow. 3-1 that literally could be Bournemouth bound. Craig made a vid about it earlier on. Yes, I think we're on this way. Yeah, it's released again. He's going to have Champions League football. Simples, really. That's from Ross. He said it. Totally agree. We got to David, my guy. Hope you're okay. Thanks for extending on your membership, by the way. I really appreciate that, by the way, dear. Thanks so much indeed. And let's go as well. And Foxy said, if Botman joins Milan, many people need to apologise to John. Well, if you want to apologise, so it's cool. But I told you the people from day one, because Mike Maignan and Rafael Leao both used to play with him as well. Alex Maisy saw that any women's footballer Hegerberg being named in the Norway squad.
Hegerberg is another one, outstanding player, one of the best players in the world. She was, here's a fact for you all, she's actually the first women player to win Ballon d'Or. So she was the very, very first player to win it. I think she's such a natural goal scorer. She did go out of the international squad for a bit because she fell out of love of football. But to have her come back, I think that's going to be one of the many positives for Norway. I know it's just a provisional squad that they've announced, but there's without a doubt she's getting picked. That squad of Norway's, it is, apart from their goalkeepers, it is a very, very strong, very, very strong provisional squad. So, and knowing that they're actually in England's group, it's going to be interesting to see where England finishes. I think with the squad, the group we have, it's a two-person group, a two-team group. It's either us or Norway. And I think both of us will get promoted, but it's just a matter of who finishes first.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a strong competition this year, let's be real, but it's going to be exciting. So many people watching this show, by the way, thank you very much indeed. And if you like the video, like you see, then please hit the like button. Yeah, I know 32 people watching. You're 32 people watching right now. Hit the subscribe button as well if you've not already done so. And if you like to super chat, then generally you know exactly what to do. Just give what you can. And if you'd like to become a member for 99p a month, Maisy is a member as well, of course. And let's rock and roll. I'm going to return the favour out when she gets set up really soon. And Calvin Phillips has his ceiling is not Champions League quality. Wow.
You never know, though, if someone's Champions League quality until they've actually played in the Champions League.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that knowing that he made it to that England squad without making a single minute in the Premier League. And for me, that really does speak levels about a player. And I think if he managed to play in the Euros, or he's already managed to play in the Euros, he's getting into the England squad here, there, everywhere, barring his injuries, of course. I think that he can play Champions League football, but it's just a matter of getting him into Champions League football. I'm surprised, though, no team who is in the Champions League has really gone for him. I'm really surprised at it. And he does deserve Champions League football, knowing that he's already played in massive tournaments. I think he would fit right in, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. Again, any truth in Dan Ashworth wanting Diaby and Sarr? Diaby's going to be tough. Bayern Leverkusen made it clear they want 80 million quid for this guy, and Newcastle's walked away from the deal, right? And Ismail Sarr is gettable, but a lot of people are saying that don't buy relegated players sort of thing. But we have some good players. Craig Bellamy came for relegating Coventry. We bought him for 6 million quid back in 2001. I think he did a really good job, yeah? And it is what it is, people, you know? These players, right, have been good for their team, relegated, come in, and then you step up, yeah? But it's going to be very interesting. This month's going to be very interesting, Colin. We'll see what happens on that, and then we just have to wait and see. Big up to Jeff, by the way, up the Swedes. Big up to Real Talk Chelsea. Big up to you, mate. Please click on the subscribe button as well. If you could do that, thank you very much indeed. It's your first time. It won't be easy getting rid of all the Deadwood, as Adam touched on it on this channel, as some of them will be on high wages. That's the thing, Maisy. If they're on high wages, it's going to be so difficult to shift because they're not going to get that sort of money elsewhere. I can guarantee you. We have players like Jack Corback. He was on 50k a week. Couldn't be bothered to move to a different club. We had Hamdi Savir. He was on 40k a week. Could not be bothered, yeah? We're given bang average players on big wages and That's what happens, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And I think Manchester United is doing the exact same. They're obviously giving so much wages to players who don't deserve it, and it's just hard to get rid of them.
Totally agree. And I'm sure we're going to get rid of these Deadwood players sort of thing. Like, if they don't get a 25, I suggest them go to a club where they're going to get first team football, even if it's on loan. Maisy, Black Stenius, very good player. I'm very fortunate to see our player for the Arsenal women's team. Very good. More to come next season, I hope. That's some Guna fan static. And how I'm meant to be taking on Christian Eriksen face to face, I believe it when I see it. But I reckon he'll stay in London, by the way, if he is going to shift away from Brentford as well. I think he'll end up going back to Tottenham. I really do. Big up to David. Thanks again, mate. Lads and lasses, don't listen to talk shite. They just slag us off and just clip bait. Botman joined Milan. He's asking the two, and he only spoke to AC Milan. And if you go to AC Milan, no disrespect to, don't put AC. You can say AC Milan, or you can say Milan. If you said AC in Italy, then you'll probably get slaughtered, by the way. But it is what it is. If it's true, then we have to Glasgow for 50 million quid, yeah? But I tell you what, there'll be other clubs after him as well. I could be wrong. Talks was too clickbait, John. Decent pundits like Lauren Words and Natalie Solar, Ali McCoy, Jim White, Jordan, Can't Stand Kundi, Love Clubby, 100%. And big up to Jan as well. Read just a few comments as well because I'm getting so many. We go on to Ekitike. Dave, I got Dave as well. Talk to him in a bit. Newcastle. This is you, John. You need to move back home. I'd love to move back to Newcastle. I really would. But my mum will see out in a minute. But if anyone's from me on Touchwood, you never know. If I do retire from work, go upon I'll be straight back up the northeast. St. James' Park is missing news, John. Hopefully, you can get as many games as possible this upcoming season. Yep, I'm going to have to. I'm disappointed my name has been linked or removed to Newcastle. What's going on, my man? Listen, at the end of the day, keep training, and then Newcastle can come on off the use as well, by the way. Yeah, I'll be the manager. Maisy be on number 2. But big up to you, AJ. Hope you're okay. Hope you're doing well, John, mate. Tune in for Tony Spin. Big up, Dave, and I hope you have a fantastic time, mate. Thank you so much for watching as well from Spin. And I'm not surprised I haven't went in for him. That's from Paul. Maisy, who finishes high next season? Man U or Newcastle? No sitting on the fence, please.
I think that if you want me to be realistic, I think it probably will be Man United who finishes higher. However, if Man United makes no improvements the season after, I think Newcastle will finish higher.
Absolutely.
Because I think that Newcastle are going to aim for the Conference League for next season. I don't know if you'll get it, but I think you will aim for the Conference League. And I think whereas with us, we're going to aim for top 4. So I think, in my opinion, probably not. You probably won't get higher, but I think if it's seasons to come, you will.
Let's hope that's the case. I'd love to finish with Man United. Sorry, Maisy, but win, lose, or draw, I'm always going to love you, sort of thing. I'll give you a massive, massive hug if I ever see you as well, because you're adorable. Yeah. Please consider subscribing to Deadwood United. I forgot to that. Please, subscribe to Maisy's channel, Deadwood United, Maisy's channel, not just United content. All fans welcome from all over the world.
Thank you, Tony.
And he's still going to come to you the red, right?
I'm being nice this time. He shouted my channel out, so I'll be nice.
Oh, bless you. If he calls you Mason the Mag, then you're going to have a go at him.
Yeah, I will
Simple
have to.
You have to. We have Tanguy and Dombele on 200k a week. I wouldn't have him, mate. I just do not like his attitude at all whatsoever. I'm sure he's a canny player when he's on it, but not for me. Premier League players in general get paid big wages. I don't see us having much issues. We will probably help towards paying a percentage of wages to get some outside Dwight Gale. And that they need to thank God. Yeah, you do miss us, don't you, Tony? Let's be real. Carrasco is a great nippy winger, John. We can get you over him. I'd love to take him at Newcastle, but it depends if he wants Champions League football. And yes, he does. And how long do you think it's going to take Newcastle to compete with the top 4? We're talking about 3 or 4. Yeah, I can't lie because, look, I'd love to get top 6, right? But at the end of the day, it depends who you buy. Lottie called it out right. She said it depends who we buy And also, right, are they going to come to Newcastle United? That is the thing. We have to be realistic. If that means going for players like DCL, right, going for Sarr, Tarkowski will not be my choice yet. Brendan Johnson from Forest, right? And all the decent players in the Premier League, I take it all day long. Do you know what I mean? If that's going to make our team better. I can remember back in 2001, right? When Bob Robson took over in his first part of the season, right? He said he's going to get the world-class players in. Laurent Robert, right, was linked to Arsenal, Man United. He chose Newcastle, yeah, because he spoke to Wenger. Craig Bellamy, people saying, Craig who? Craig who? Yeah? And we gave him a chance. Got us Champions League in his first season, man. Yeah? Nobby Solano.
I remember Craig Bellamy, actually. I remember him as a player.
And he got booked about 12 times in his first season because he bit gobby, by the way. But my God, his work rate is absolutely fantastic. I can't stand as a pundit, but I tell you what, as a player for Newcastle, he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
I must be honest though, with Newcastle, you look at the squad, it doesn't matter about who you actually bring in realistically. It doesn't what matters more is if the team's working. If the team works, it builds, and then you go from there. You look at the likes of Leicester when they won the league. Were any of them known as world-class players? No. And then later on, there was bringing in players who had potential to be world-class or building up to be world-class. So for me, it doesn't matter about the status of the players. In my personal opinion, anyway, it's about what suits Newcastle and what suits the team.
Absolutely, totally agree there. And this is the thing, man. I mean, Craig Bellamy was a world class, got us top 4. Robbie Elliott came back to Newcastle a second time, wasn't world class, did a great job as well. Yeah, Laurent Robert, outstanding in his first season. Yeah, Olivier Bernard came for the youth, right, for Lyon. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Titus Bramble, not my favourite player. He played a part as well. But listen, Alan Shearer, Gary Speed, Kieran Dyer made a difference in that football team as well. And Gary Speed, a great late Gary Speed, God rest his soul. It's funny to hear people are saying Newcastle ambitious go to high in Division 17. Still pinching myself, 14 year was so long, Dave. You're absolutely right, mate. Hopefully Newcastle won't almost in the summer. Budget needs to be spent wisely. If they want to quality players, I don't think you would get the big blockbuster name straight away. I have to agree with you now. I'm going to have to agree. Isaac Hayden's joined Norwich. We know that. Big up to Luca, by the way. 75 people watching. Thank you very much indeed for the people watching that. That is brilliant. And I really want to talk about Ekitike, right? We're going to reports in France, right? Some are saying that talks are going well and he wants to join. Not only that. And also, some of them, his agent's coming out and he said that he's trying to get Ekitike into different clubs like PSG, Borussia Dortmund, yeah? Because some reports are saying, well, I'm not going to, he doesn't really want to come to Newcastle. Can someone tell us what's going on, please?
It'd be interesting, to be honest, on what's going on with Ekitike, because from what I've been hearing, the deal's basically done. But of course, you can't authorize it till the 10th of June, because that's when the transfer window opens. So I think it'll be extremely interesting of what's going on. I think he's going to be a player who does fit into the mold in terms of the plan, just because of, how could I say, the 5-year plan. You could tell he's a prospect player. So I think I don't think he's going to be one of them though who makes it straight into the starting 11. I think he's going to be a bench player and then comes on as a substitute, and then he'll build up to be a starting 11 player.
Yeah, let's hope that's the case. We used to try and get Liam Kennedy on. You sure? He's gone missing on Steve Rees, Newcastle NFC Matters. Steve must have sacked him. I have sent a message to now Liam Kennedy, and he's basically saying that he's quite busy, but I am going to try and get on Liam Kennedy as well. I've tried Miles Starforth as well. I'll try and get one of those two guys on. One of these come on, I'll be over them. I'll be made up, sort of thing. It's great to see a local journalist come on my channel as well. Do that, and I'm well aware. I might even get Maisy on as well, by the way. Yoko, Luca, everyone's saying hi. Luca, how do Atletico sell Carrasco for 27 mil to China, buying him back for less than 24, and now approaching this 30s, 28, by the way. Suddenly he's worth 50 million. Yeah, I tell you what, I'll be wary of that deal. I wouldn't pay 50 million for this guy. There's absolutely no way. Big up to Napun, by the way. And yes, John, Luca, I'm a mod. I know RCA, he did. I mean, got enough in a minute, but if someone drops out, he'd be first reserve. And, that'd be brilliant. Big up John and Maisy. And cheers, more streams come on. Please turn notifications on my channel as always. I tell you what, you check out Luca's channel, by the way. Big Gooner. Absolutely brilliant. Great guy. And he tells the truth. Episode big up Maisy. Question above. Prediction for the Germany-England game. I'm going to say a lucky ones each draw, and I need
I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw, but I wouldn't be surprised if Germany loses. I know Nippon said England are trash, what I think is wrong. I don't think we are trash. We just haven't got world-class players. It's not about... You look at that Hungary game in particular, it isn't because of what Gareth brought out. It's because of the team can't finish. He's not going to know that a player can't finish when getting on the pitch. Bowen is supposed to be on his best form. Mason Mount has scored a fair few goals. So has Harry Kane. So you're putting on attacking threat there. So you can't even blame Gareth Southgate for that. I think he did put a controlled starting 11 up, in my personal opinion. And then this time, this is for trying to see the game out by putting on two defensive midfielders, I think he's going to be relying on Kieran Trippier to go forward to help out in terms of the attacking play, because Harry Kane does drop deep, and I think it's been a good idea playing Raheem Sterling so he's able to run with his pace, cut in, shoot through that way. I think that's what his intentions are, and I think Sterling was really missed. But I don't think England are trash, not by a long shot. We got to a Euro final. How could we be trash?
Exactly. Totally agree. I mean, he's a lucky manager, Southgate, by the way, but we're not trash. We've got good individual players there. But I just think being strifed by Southgate, and he's not allowed him to play good football at all whatsoever.
This is the thing, though. People want Graham Potter. People want Graham Potter as an England manager. I'm not saying no, but Graham Potter play a back five just as Gareth Southgate does. You're still going to be playing a back five.
Yeah, but things apart, he does let the players express themselves. He asks us some good results along the way. Arsenal way.
And the thing is, though, with Gareth Southgate, he has also brought players through who you wouldn't have expected to come through. Under other managers like Fabio Capello and Sam Allardyce, would you have ever seen Calvin Phillips come through? Would you have ever seen Declan Rice, Bowen, Conor Gallagher? No. That just shows to me that he is an ambitious manager, and he wants to bring players in who's in form. I know there's obviously players like Maguire who's coming through, Pickford, who hasn't been on form, but he has stated from the beginning there's going to be certain players who's always going to make it to that England squad despite the form, because they're so crucial for England. And I agree with that. I think you can't always fix your squad up the way it is, because when it comes to big tournaments like the Euros and the World Cup, you're going to be messed up. So I think, I actually think that he has actually been the best manager we've had. But I just think that in terms of the Hungary game in itself, you can't completely blame him when there's players, Harry Kane dropping too deep, and then you've got your wide players who isn't expressing themselves going forward. So I think in that respect, you can't blame the manager at that instance. But I definitely see why people want him out, but you can't want one manager out because he plays a back five for another manager to come in to play a back five. It doesn't make sense. If you want to change your managers, you've got to have a manager who's going to change the formation.
Absolutely, yeah, you've got to have to. That's all you're going to get the best out of the players as well. Carrasco's 30, I think he's 29, but he is 30 years of age. Saka's been linked with Man City linked by Cucurella, Haaland, and Saka. Why not buy Martinelli Ramsdale? Wow. Well, good luck with that, by the way. We'd probably get one. We'd probably get Cucurella. And look, at the end of the day, man, I mean, I still wouldn't pay 50 million for Carrasco. There's no way at all. And Saka ain't going with it, but I can understand because Saka, for me, has 2 years left. We need to time down to a new deal. To be honest, I can't see Saka leaving in 2 years. Just can't see it. He loves Arsenal, though. That is the thing.
The thing is Saka, it wants to be ambitious and he wants to be one of the best young players in the world. Because personally, I definitely do think that he does have that ambition to do that. He's got that skill. He's got everything to do that. And yeah, I don't think being at Arsenal, he is going to reach his ceiling. So if he wants to be ambitious, he would leave Arsenal before he hits his prime.
That's the thing. They need to start winning trophies as well, winning the Premier League, getting the top 4, and going there for it as well. Because if they don't, then they're going to lose Saka. They can make money for Saka, by the way. If he's got 12 months left on his contract, they've got a big decision, by the way. Big up to Rafi, by the way. Hope you're okay. And Nipper's good at watching. I think he is as well. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, Maisy, John, Saka runs out his contract and Arsenal let him go on a fee. We're finished. If Arteta does do that, get them out. For me, I can see Saka stay till 2024, then go to Liverpool. Don't rule out Newcastle United, though, but then again, we're not an elite club just yet. Ravi thoughts on chatting to Ravi as well. Prediction scores as well. 2-1 Germany. So, Mark, what we do is get in time a new deal. Back to Saka. Now, Hugo's agents causing the speculation to try and get more money for Hugo and himself. There you go again. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. I know he's playing in a Toulon tournament in the semi-final against Mexico, right? But he cannot do now until the tournament is over anyway. But also as well, what I'm hearing as well, Maisy, that I think I mentioned it, is his agent's going to try and talk to other clubs as well. I mean, like I said, if Newcastle's going to do the transfer business, right, they need to do it quietly.
Yeah, I agree. It's no good though when you've got loads of speculations all over the place. It's always going to be difficult, but you need to have one of them players where no one was expecting you to sign. Do you know like a bit how Aston Villa does? No one expected him to sign Kamara, Diego Carlos because he was obviously linked to you, and of course Danny Ings last season. I even say Donny a few years ago for us. That was also an unexpected buy. So you need to kind of be like that and shock. But you look at obviously the links what you had in January. Apart from Dan Burn, I think all the rest of them was actually linked to you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so like last bit again, mate.
Apart from Dan Burn, I think all the other transfers you made in January were actually linked to Newcastle.
Yeah. Absolutely. Look how quick it took to get Bruno. Look how quick it took to get Chris Wood. It took about a week to get Kieran Trippier as well. Matt Target, that was a quick one as well. But because of the summer, right? I mean, the summer transfer, you would have thought, okay, transfer window's not open yet, but you never know. They could be signed now. They could be signed on Friday with new sponsorship. Who knows? No one don't know what's going on at the club. Absolutely no one. And that's the thing. And I think our fan base now, we need to chill out and just calm down and just, wait till it comes. Yeah, we are going to get players. Just be patient. That's all you got to do. Big up to Barbara, by the way. She's from Ireland. She's a lovely lass, by the way. Looking forward to this. But also, I cannot see England beating Germany if they couldn't beat Hungary in fairness. I could understand what you're trying to say, Barb, but we were poor on Saturday. Absolutely shocking. It really, really is. And we're going to talk like to Donovan Ekitike. What's the latest on Timber for Man United?
Nothing much, to be honest. It's just the same as what we've been hearing.
Nothing at all.
Nah, nothing.
I know it's just so quiet, isn't it? I mean, Frankie De Jong as well. I mean, what's happening to Frankie De Jong? Any latest on this one, or
nothing at all about anyone?
Fair enough. I mean, we linked like Carrasco as well. We're not going to get him, by the way, lest we will. But on Botman as well. I mean, Loppy saying about Botman saying that he smiled when Milan was mentioned. I think that's a done deal now. I think he's going to Milan by smiling that face as well. But it's the guys touring about Newcastle as well. Go to Milan, sort it out, Sven, because at the end of the day, right, we only want players going to play for the club. But you're right. I mean, bigger club too. Saka's dad supported Newcastle. He went to St. James's when he was a kid. And Bob as well. Big up saying hi to now. And I've got some mods as well tonight, which I think is great. And don't like Pickford, but you cut Everton in the Premier League. Exactly.
Plus, as well with Pickford, for me, he hasn't done a step wrong in that England squad. I think him playing for England and him playing for Everton, it's completely different. He's a completely different player, in my opinion. So when you look at that and you know you're number one, even though they're crap at club football, and if they're not put a foot in for your club, your country, I don't see any reason why you should drop him. I'm not a massive fan of changing the goalkeepers all the time. So I think that he's done remarkably well, but I can see why people do want Ramsdale and Pope in over Pickford, because he does have them better qualities. But Pickford, he's got that experience in European competitions. As I say, he hasn't put a step wrong in for me, so I couldn't ever go and say Pickford deserves to be dropped.
Fair enough. I mean, end of the day, you wouldn't have him, but to be fair, he's been great for England, by the way, makes some great saves time after time, and he's done it. And Southgate has done with this lineup. No hope with this England team. And till I understand that one, not a big lover of Jordan Pickford, but for me, he says he's got Everton in the Prem last season, and F1, Nick Pope, not for me. And got some more room as well for Newcastle as well. And he was better than Nick Pope. F1's chat to everyone else. Nick Pope's decent keeper as well, but for me, Ramsdale deserves to be future England number one, my honest opinion. And Foxy is just playing it safe, no real ambition. I have to agree. We shoot a 4 because we have a better attackers in midfield. Yep. 6 people watching. Thank you very much indeed for the 60. 47 likes already. Appreciate that. Thanks so much indeed.
Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. Gareth stabilised England, to be fair to him. World Cup, we had an easy route. Pretty much the same with the Euros, but he bottled it when he real mattered. Need a manager with a style to take the risks. I have to agree. I hope the World Cup should be his final one. Big up to Derek, by the way. I have to wait. How gives now away until it's happened? I love Eddie Howe, by the way. Derek, that's a great comment, by the way, mate, and you're absolutely right. And talking about Pickford, we have to place the player in the style to take risks too, but it depends on pace to cover us. Defensively, like Walker and Tomori.
Tomori deserves that let's start 11 by a country mile. And John's, the thing is, what I don't understand, right, with the England squad, I'm obviously John Stones plays. Harry Maguire's playing it looks like it's a 3-4-3. John Stones is playing as a middle centre back. Personally, I would take him out, put Maguire as the middle centre back, and put Tomori on the left. I just think Tomori, for me, he is absolutely outstanding. I think by a mile, he's been the best centre back, in Serie A. So I think there's no reason why he doesn't deserve that starting 11 place. I know he's young, and probably Southgate is being a bit like Bellingham in the way of trying to blend him in, but he's already got European experience. Like, come on, put this player through. Put this player through. He's outstanding player, and I cannot believe how Chelsea got rid of him. Wow.
Milan laughed. They were laughing at him, by the way. And let's be real, this guy, I think he's the best English player we've got. And let's be real, I'm a Tomori fan. And I'll tell you something, he is a Milano. And they will not be selling him anytime soon. He could be there for years and years and years to come. I mean, Chris Smalling, right? Or Maldini, right? That guy has been absolutely brilliant under the horse here. Absolutely fantastic. And people are dissing him out, sort of saying, he's not good enough, he's poor. Our Newcastle fan base, right, people are saying that, do not sign Chris Smalling. I'll tell you something, right, he can defend properly, and he has learned a lot in the Italian game. So big up to Chris, by the way. And that's you don't call him Maldini for a reason. And he's been brilliant. And Pochettino for England manager. Anyone, Pickford, Grealish, headband there, didn't see it.
Hell, Poch can stay way clear from that England job, please. Seriously, no Poch.
He doesn't need it. Jose for England.
That's an interesting choice, but I think he'd go to Portugal If he was going to manage an international team, I think he'd manage his own country.
There's no way he's gonna leave Roma to come back. There's no way. Would you leave Rome? I did not leave Rome at all. Rome for me is the best city in the world for me. I love Rome. Absolutely spot on. Everything's there, just right, not overcrowded. It is beautiful. Spanish Steps, absolutely fantastic. Mwah, mwah. I love it.
Speaking about Milan, I'm actually going to Milan in October, which I'm really looking forward to.
Wow. How long are you going for?
Just the weekend. Just for the weekend, Friday to Sunday, which is going to be so lovely. I've never been to Italy before, so it's good. I'm neither as my friend. It's the same person I'm going Portugal with, so I went Portugal with. So it's going to be absolutely brilliant to experience Italy with her as well as experience Portugal. But I'm going to actually get myself an AC Milan shirt. I was thinking of getting Tomori on the back because I really do rate Tomori. If not, I was going to get Zlatan or Giroud. But I can't exactly get Giroud as the next Chelsea player, so.
Nice one. I mean, go for it. Whatever you get, it suits you, by the way. Bit of breaking news, by the way, bit of breaking news from now. Manchester City fan receives a 4-year ban for taunting a Villa keeper, Robin Olsen. Quite rightly so. He should not have been on the pitch. Absolutely right. Is there any better English manager for England? I mean, for me, Graham Potter. I know Maisy's disagreeing on that, but I think he'd do all right.
I think he'd be good, but the thing is people don't like Southgate for 5 at the back, but why would you bring another manager in to play 5 at the back? I think that is just what my point is. I'm not saying that Graham Potter would do bad, because I think he does need the challenge away from Brighton to become a brilliant manager, my personal opinion, but I just personally think, why would you take one manager out to do the exact same with another manager? That is just what my point is.
Absolutely. Didn't get it at all. It makes no sense, doesn't it? Never understood why Chelsea said sold Tomori and Abraham is a madness. Absolutely madness. 60 million quid in total they sold those two for. Big up to Luke, by the way. Thanks a lot for being sure. What kind of stream Luke fan? It's a controversial choice, but I've wanted Bielsa for England for a decade now. Bielsa makes championship players play great. Imagine him with good players. Bielsa for England, I think that'd be very interesting. It used to be popular, Oh man. Oh, unbelievable, man. Foxy will win the World Cup final 6-5. Wow. And you know what it is, right? Both of his comments as well. Make sure you also subscribe to Luke. Yeah, absolutely. They're playing Newcastle footage on channel. Yeah. Would you take Tomori back? Oh, I'll take him 100%. That guy is absolutely fantastic. 110% there. South plays the most born football ever seen, and I've seen Bruce Ball. That's from Ian McKenna. Big up to Tommy D, by the way. Potter for next England manager. Yes. Not Bruce, but not Eddie Howe, by the way. That's a slip, by the way. So, yeah. So, are you hoping? How many players are you hoping to sign before the pre-season in the summer?
Well, rumours are suggesting that Ten Hag wants to sign 5 players. So that's going to be an interesting one, because Fabrizio said 4. We're going to be signing 4. Ten Hag wants to sign 5. So I think 4 or 5 we're going to be signing. I think we definitely need a midfield and a fullback. I'll tell you something. I really do not want to see any of our fullbacks playing, but I tolerate playing Luke Shaw for another season if that means dropping both Dalot and Wan-Bissaka. Dalot is admired though, so I'm not exactly impressed. But you've just got, the thing is, even if I don't agree with decisions from a manager, I've still got to back the manager. The thing is, when it became impossible for me to back Ole at that, I think it was after the Leicester game, I thought I'm done, but I never made it public or known that I want my manager out, and I think it's the best thing to be. It's better for the football club, in my opinion. Just try to remain not positive, but just try and do the best you can regarding the club, and I think hitting out at the manager at every moment, I don't think it does any favours.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I have to agree with you there, 100%. And yeah, I can't disagree with you there. By the way, even John, my guy, Justin Stew, hope you're okay, mate. And am I going to turn this into the watching on or not, mate? I'm afraid not, mate. No way. Not watching doing it tonight. I would love to, but I won't. Which players do you want gone from Man United?
Dave, do you have all night? Because I can give it you from head to toe. But 5 players already leaving Man United: Pogba, Cavani, Matic, Lingard. So there's 5 already. And Anthony Martial wants to leave. That's 6. I'm just trying to think. Wan-Bissaka's been put on the transfer market, 7. Eric Bailly's getting put on the transfer market, 8. Axel Tuanzebe's put on the transfer market, 9. Minimum 9 players who's leaving. That's near enough for starting 11. And you know what? That's going to help massively in terms of transfer budget. So if that's going to be 4 players getting sold, that helps. It helps massively, and hopefully it does help contribute towards some more players for Ten Hag, because we need to build. Definitely need to build.
Yeah, need to build very quickly as well, because otherwise it's going to take time to build as well. But listen, it's going to take time. Are you turning this into watch along or not, mate? No, I'm sorry, mate. I'll do it separate. I'll do a channel separate. I cannot do this and watch on at the same time. I'll be over the hours as well. So get up Lucas Suarez. I would. Lucas Suarez. Never heard of the guy. He plays for Salzburg, but I don't know a lot about this guy, so I can't give you the rundown. But I heard he'd be linked to it, by the way. He'd probably be a realistic sign for about 20 million quid. So, and he's quite reasonable as well. Will we see that Hannibal player next season in the first team?
I hope so. I really hope so, because I think he's a bright young player and he does deserve some minutes at Manchester United. Personally, for me, he's a bit like, how can I say, physically, I think that he could bulk up a bit. Because I think the thing is, he's one of them kind of players, Hannibal, where you're afraid to him being on the pitch because his legs are so thin, and you think your legs are going to snap if someone attacks you. That's how I genuinely feel about Hannibal, and I do wish that he did bulk a little bit, but he's an outstanding talent, and I think that he will become a great player at Manchester United, but I think Hannibal needs to be worked into the squad rather than thrown into the squad like Anthony Elanga. But to be honest, I would actually like to see Elanga go on loan if we get a winger, rather than playing him every single minute of the game, just because it is too much for a 19-year-old.
Excuse me. Totally agree. Don't put pressure on this kid at all whatsoever. You just don't. And it's going to take him time. 19-year-old John, next Ronaldinho. Wow. That'd be interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, also see Fox said that Eddie Howe and Graham Potter are too young to become England manager. And Howe's too good for England job. So well, Asllani for Empoli looks likely for Empoli. I don't think he'll come here because he'd be off to the Milan clubs as well. I don't think he'll be leaving Italy. He's Albanian international, yeah, and he's played for Empoli all his career. And I just can't see leaving Italy at all. Man, you don't need players. Imagine what Howe would do with those players. I tell you what, Eddie Howe for United job, never going to happen. No way. Is Timber definitely coming to United? That's Raddy.
I hope so. I really, really like Timber. Timber, outstanding. I've liked him for years, and I remember I was looking at my tweets. Literally must have been so sad because I was in the middle of the night reading my tweets from like a year ago, and I even said Timber's been made his debut for the Netherlands, so he's got European experience. He has got Champions League football experience. He's won trophies. He's versatile. And he's 40 million euros. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for in a player? But from what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true, but Ajax is wanting to try and extend his contract by a further year, and then say to him after the year, if you want to go, you can go. But we need him now. We need him now. I really want him. I really, really want him. But he isn't like on level of I want Calvin Phillips. level, but he's high enough for me that I want him at United. I do really like him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be decent. I really do. I said that the other day too. It's Brandon Williams being told he's leaving. Is he up for on the transfer list? I mean,
Rumours.
Brandon.
It's rumours at the moment. I don't know who watched, but I actually been doing player profiles on players who's been on loan, who's Manchester United players.
Yeah.
I actually found a Norwich fan. Yes, I found a Norwich fan, and we discussed Brandon Williams, and I think the player he is, I think he can be worked on at Man United, but I think that he's just not ready for Man United right now in the respect. I think a lot, and hearing what the Norwich fan had to say about Brandon Williams, I really did change my mind about him being at United, because before that, I really wouldn't care if he got sold, but I think that he'd do a good job if he was to come.
Yeah.
Stay. Yeah. I don't know why I said come. Stay.
Oh, bless you. It's not the weekend yet, but hey, got one for Dave Clark saying he's been brought up with Keane, Scholes, Giggs, Beck and Sam. Hope they return again. England versus Germany on the way. What's up to our links with Dybala from Iraq Coffee? That's a non-starter, mate. Let's not go there. He ain't leaving Italy anytime soon. I heard there's a rule where you can take any player from Russia for free due to the war in Russia, Ukraine. Kavshila leaving Rubin for Napoli. Yeah, but I saw that as well. And he's going to take over. I think he's going to take Insignia's place, by the way. Big boots to fill, by the way. Big boots to fill. I wish him all the best on that one, but it's going to be tough to replace Lorenzo Insigne. You do well in your first season, you're not going to get rid of him. There's no way. He's always going to be in a shadow at Napoli. Old Southgate, when he got the job off, he's got it when he's about 45, 46, something like that. Man, you are stuck in a trap, constantly expecting success. And if it doesn't happen, hit the panic button. That's from Ian as well. Let's have a look at this one as well.
It'd be good. It would be good to do that. Of course, if John's up for that, we can look at doing that as well.
Yeah, 100%. I'll be up for it as well. 110%. On your, review, by the way, you're a full-timer.
Yeah.
Get Zinchenko in. That's good. It's easier said than done. You know what I mean? But Hayden's gone today. Yes, he has. And we knew that a couple of hours ago. We may consider doing a joint watch along on here and we play the Reds next season. Do you know what? I'll do it. Get you on there as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure PD Proudlock can come on as well. So do a watch along and it should be fantastic. They seem to forget Fergie was there for like 20 years. Are you okay, mate? That's a nice guy I have, mate. I had a bit of a cough for a couple of days now, but I'm okay. But I am better.
I'm feeling better soon. And the thing is that you need when you've got a cough as well, you need to especially when you're doing streams like myself. I'm like even at my job, I'm like one of them kind of people. Like I've got to talk on phone, so when I'm ill with my throat, it's mad. I can't recover from it either because it takes a lot longer than what it should do. But you definitely do need to have a bit of a rest tonight and have some hot drinks and yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. Straight after this, I'll watch the game as well. What time's the kickoff, man? Is it 2:45 or is it 8:00?
2:45, yeah, 2:45.
2:45. It's 2:45. Brilliant stuff. Big up to Ravi. Where do you think able to hurt Germany tonight? On the wings, maybe? Ryan Sterling, if he plays?
I think the weakest links, looking at that Germany squad, I can't really name, apart from Rudiger, I don't know the other centre-back, so I can't say. They've got a strong midfield. I think it will be the left-hand side because they've actually got a Bayern Munich player on there who's a young player, Jamal Musiala. And Kai Havertz is up front as well. So I think that is where we need to look at aiming for. But if England want to be successful coming into this game, they need to be a counter-attacking team. Because if we go on the front foot against Germany, they will hurt us.
Well said. Totally agree. I could not have said agree with you any more of that. Big up to Lawrence, by the way, even if we weren't. I'm so hyped up the Darwin Núñez rumours tonight. First of all, Lawrence, right? Hit the subscribe button, my guy. I really appreciate that. Number one. Number two, Darwin Núñez is not coming to Newcastle. He will not go to Man United. He wants Champions League football. We've been
Apparently,
linked
he wants
again.
to go Spain. He wants to go Spain, apparently, from what I'm reading now.
Yeah, I think he's going to Atletico Madrid.
Interesting. That's an interesting
If that's
one.
the case, that's the case. But if he wants to go to Spain, then I wish him all the best on that one. So it was coming. But sorry, Lawrence. I mean, with great respect, I just kind of see him coming to Newcastle United, by the way. We spoke about him in depth the other day on your show, didn't we? And Statty, you take care of yourself, mate. And thanks for watching, mate. I appreciate that. Keep those amazing comments and quizzes. I think Newcastle need to sign Nkunku. He'll not come to Newcastle because he's not impressed. Again, he's an elite player. There's no way we're going to get him. There's no way.
He's outstanding, isn't he?
He is class, isn't he?
I'd love him myself at Manchester United. I've limited myself of what strikers I want. I either want Nkuru or Martinez from Inter Milan. They would be the two strikers I would personally take. Don't want to take Darwin Núñez just for the quality, some of the flaws he has. I know Ravi in the chat knows why I don't want Darwin Núñez, but he ain't coming anyway, so I'm not bothered. No skin off my nose.
Fair enough. We're going to wrap this comments as well. Danny Bennett says that, and that means you're going to sign a CDM. And make sure and hit the like, subscribe. That's for now. He knows it. Would be a good idea, Maisy. Hyden's gone. We all know that, Ian. And I hope we wish him all the best on that one. John, Maisy, PD, and hopefully Grace as well. Get some man's chicken soup before you go to bed. Yes, I feel it's a smart idea. Starting soon. A nice cup of tea makes all the cost goes. Exactly. Totally agree. Get some tomato lentil soup in your... Yeah. Good. Keep those things coming. John Hayden, who do you think you'll get back to a place in the market? I think John Willock can come straight in, mate. I really do. I mean, at the end of the day, he hasn't played games in January, and we had midfielder cover as well. And cool, that's jump. Thanks a lot, Ravi. Appreciate that, mate. Nkunku and Matthias Liverpool.
Exactly. He wants his that same I want. Me and Ravi have similar views, to be honest, but obviously from different clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, right, I mean, let's put it this way, right? They do get those two. That is a title-winning striker. That's front line. Title-winning front line. 100%. 100%. No, that's not good for you, though, isn't it, really?
Honestly, right, this is really weird, right? I'd rather City win the league over Liverpool, but I'd rather Liverpool win the Champions League over City. It's really weird.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't let Liverpool win on third. Sorry, Randy. Fair to ratio, football knowledge is so good for someone young. She's absolutely right, Barbara. She is absolutely spot on. And just describe my guy. Thank you, Lawrence. Those feelings I hope Trips has a good game. Take care. You enjoy your match, Lawrence, and thank you very much indeed for subscribing, mate. Now you desperately need a striker. We can loan them Chris Wood. No comment. Her face says it all, by the way. Give us a yay, John and Maisy. Great show. Get rich soon, good John. Thank you very much indeed. This quiz was better than Rashford. Probably not. But Rashford had a poor season, by the way. Let's be real. Can't lie. So waiting for that blockbuster guest that you're going to get Lee Gunn and the deck on the channel. I'd love to get Lee Gunn on. Can you imagine that? And sub to Devils United as well. You don't need to type in capitals, Tony. So no capitals on my show, but I'll let you off this time. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up there, and people, because the match is on. And if you do like the video, like what you see, you know exactly what to do. And Maisy, can you tell us where you find on socials, please?
Yeah, just as Tony has said, my YouTube channel is Devils United. I do content on there for Manchester United, the men and the women's football, but I am looking at expanding the channel when it comes to next season. A bit more neutral kind of football. So that'll be interesting because I know a few people have recommended me to do that. So I'm going to try it, see how it works. If it don't work, it don't work. But if it does, it does. But yeah, Devils United and my Twitter's at 2_ and UFC Maze.
Fantastic. Brilliant stuff. Check her contents, by the way. The link's in the description as well. You cannot miss it. She's just reached 1K on the subscribers list as well. So big up to Maisy. She can start monetizing as well. And I'm going to make sure I'll be our first member as well. Well, Bruno Convinced Paqueta signed for us. You never know, mate. You never know. But he's not here yet. Scotstow United, AFC Luca, and this is my left hand minds as well. Of course, I'm not going to lie, have learned from a lot from Maisy on players that I haven't really seen.
Thank
Brilliant.
you. I'm glad that I've been able to help you, give you a bit more information and stuff about players. So thanks for that, Ravi. It means a lot.
Champion. Is Hugo going to make it be a striker that's going to get us 15 goals to season? That's from Adam Bennett. First of all, Adam, hit the subscribe button, my guy. Secondly, for that question, he's only young, right? We're not going to put pressure on the kid if he does come. But at the end of the day, he's only 19. So let's hope that in a couple of seasons' time, he'll get better and better and better if he decides to come to Newcastle United. Great show as usual. Thanks, Barbara. Love you lots, by the way. And no block taps to start question there or essay. Stat list for Tony. We have to call Tony the Red for that. A lot of more just asking, wondering anyway, Maisy, what do you have coming for tomorrow, by the way?
You already know what's coming on for tomorrow, Luca. You know you're coming onto the channel and doing the quiz.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much in that as well, Ravi. I really appreciate that, mate. What do you have coming up? So you mentioned that as well. And this and Luca, Maisy Close, are you monetized? Are you close on it?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty close.
Well done. It's going to take time. It could take about a month before it just finalize through. That's how long it took us to take a month. It's a long time.
Fuck
Maisy also has a 2 United coming soon where we are top of the table. And Trippier's playing time today. He sure is. And great show, John and Maisy. Well done for chat as fellow mods. Thank you very much indeed, you as well. I timed Tony out. Nah, he's been good today. I know that's just teasing. Botman's going to Milan. Now Maisy's also going to Milan as well. Luca, it's okay to ask questions. Will come
I'll tell you what I like, Coffee. I'll try and find Botman and I'll take a selfie with him.
Yes. There you go. She's flashing out on a tune top when she gets monetized. I doubt it very much as well. Leave her alone, man. She's going to call you Tony the Red.
Tony's very lucky today.
He is. He could be called red next week. You never know.
Yeah,
but
exactly. I'll see how I feel next week.
Yes, absolutely. So listen, guys, thanks for watching Transfer Update with John and Maisy. And if you like what you see, smash the likes button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to super chat, then click on thanks after the show. If you'd like to become a member, then you know exactly what to do. The link's in the description. Click on that. 99p. That is all it is. Listen, man, shut up now. Shut up. All you're good at up. Get nah. Not at all. Basically, we have Jen Naston or Lorna Watt. Get that sorted. And great show from Brian.
You can have him if you want.
Brilliant stuff. Guys, going to wrap up. Thanks so much. Enjoyed England against Germany. It's 0-0 in a minute. Watch what you're doing. Basically, I'll video backstage. And I'll speak to you very, very soon. Back tomorrow, I think, for another content. So watch what you're doing. Take care.
Bye.
No.